Bountiful produce, quality meats, frozen favorites, and a fresh bakery. These are the qualities of Brothers Market in Sigourney. Brothers Market is proud to serve the Sigourney community and is one of several locations in Iowa, Kansas, and Missouri. For any of your grocery, meat, deli, bakery, or special order needs, shop Brothers Market at 118 South Main Street in Sigourney. Brothers Market was honored at the 2024 Iowa Hunger Summit for its efforts to serve underprivileged and disadvantaged communities. Brothers Market, a piece of the community you can count on.
Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small-town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Hi, this is Stacy from Shuttler Insurance Services. Come see me on the east side of the square in Sigourney for all your insurance needs.
Bras for a Cause 2025 is Saturday, April 12th at the Carl Kraft Civic Center in Hedrick. Dinner is provided by Bubbacues at 4:30. There's a free will donation, plus a silent auction from 4:30 to 9 p.m. And of course, the live bra auction starts at 6 p.m., modeling by the Hedrick Volunteer Firemen. All proceeds to benefit our local communities. For more information about Bras for a Cause 2025, contact Lori Hornback at 641-777-4252. Get ready because Tyler Richardson and the High Bank Boys are coming to Sigourney on Saturday, April 26th at Enchanted Events, 20595 255th Street, just south of Sigourney. Order your tickets online by going to enchantedeventsvenue.com or find the Enchanted Events Facebook page for the ticket links. There are 3 different ticket options: general admission, VIP, or reserve. Doors open at 7 and the cash bar and band starts at 8. It's Tyler Richardson and the High Bank Boys, Saturday, April 26th at Enchanted Events, just south of Sigourney. Just another afternoon show here on Steve Shuttler Media, Facebook, and YouTube. Yes, it's Steve. I'm flying solo today. Times are messed up on the show today, so I apologize for that. And I'm not going to get too much into why I'm running late today. All I'm going to say, and maybe we'll get into it later this week, maybe it'll be next week, it's hard to talk about. We lost one of our dogs last night. Daisy, our lab, she passed away last night at about 10 o'clock. So, big chunk of our heart. Dang it, it's hard to talk about. So I'm just not going to. So Daisy, our dog, passed away last night, and I had to take care of some stuff this morning concerning that. So yeah. I'm not going to go too much further into that. I'm going to get my face off the screen before I start to cry. All right, let's take a look at our forecast. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. You know, Cindy and the gang, proudly serving the community since for 28 years now. I don't know what year that would be. 1997? 8? I don't know, somewhere in there. Long time now. Garden Gate in Sigourney serving Keokuk County and the surrounding area. And for today, partly sunny skies, nice day out, a high around 64, south winds at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, some patchy fog moving in late, otherwise partly cloudy, a low of 40. Isolated showers for tomorrow, and maybe some thunderstorms mixed in, patchy fog, and otherwise sunshine tomorrow. So a high of 61, that's kind of a weird forecast tomorrow. So some isolated rain, maybe some thunderstorms, some patchy fog, but then sunny. So, yeah, we get a little bit of everything tomorrow. On to Thursday night, mostly cloudy, a low of 37. And then Friday, mostly sunny and a high of 57. Right now, as we do this live video a little after noon on this Wednesday, we do have humidity at 51%. Winds are south at about 5 to 10. Barometer at 29.83 and dew point at 38. We do have 50 degrees currently in downtown Sigourney on this Wednesday just afternoon, again, as we're doing our live Facebook and YouTube video. We're going to since Neil's not here, Neil couldn't be here this afternoon. So we're just going to kind of do this old school style. We're just going to kind of run through a lot of things at the beginning. Our This or That went up earlier today. It's brought to us by Stacy Flynn at the Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. And our This is fruit salad. Our That is Caesar salad. Yeah, I like either of these. Salads are good. I didn't used to like salads when I was younger, but I have grown to like both fruit and Caesar salad. So I'm good with either. If I had to pick, boy, I'd go. I've been getting the barn-wired grilled chicken salad here the last several Fridays, so I'd go with that. I would go with a Caesar salad and throw in some chicken, and I'm very happy. But make sure you comment on our This or That. Went up at 6 a.m. this morning. Our question of the day just went up on my Facebook page. It's brought to us each weekday by Amy's Salon House and Spa, 202 North Main in Sigourney. What will you never, ever do again? That is the question. What will you never, ever do again? I don't know if I have a good answer on this one. What will I never, ever do again? I'll have to think on that one. Maybe I'll come back around and answer that, at least for myself, later on today. Let's take a peek at our tournament for this month. It's a For the Fun of It tournament, sponsored by Shetler Insurance Services. See Stacy on the east side of the square in Sigourney. And again, we're talking candy bars this year, or this month, I should say. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups is going against Heath right now. Thumbs up for Reese's, heart for Heath. If you want to get your votes in for the current matchup, votes count till 6 p.m. this evening. Just scroll back through my timeline till 6 p.m. last night and get your votes in. Our brackets right now, Snickers and Milky Way have both moved on. They have both moved on. Both have moved on into the second round. And right now we're in the bottom left corner. Reese's against Heath is the current matchup. Coming up tonight, 6 p.m., we'll switch over to Kit Kat versus whatchamacallit. So that is what's happening in our tournament. Again, right now, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups against Heath. Thumbs up, Reese's. Heart, Heath. Get your votes in. Again, that went up yesterday evening, and voting goes till 6 p.m. That's our tournament that's going on right now. What else do we have going on? See, I haven't done this style without Neil in a little over a month now. So now I'm totally thrown off on what to do next. Let's take a peek at our community calendar. That would make sense right now. Our community calendar sponsored by Enchanted Events. Enchanted Events located south of Sigourney, right off Highway 149. Great place to host whatever event you have. Weddings, receptions, graduations, reunions, whatever you got coming up, book it at Enchanted Events. They've got their concert coming up later on this month, Saturday, April 26th, 8 p.m. Tyler Richton and the High Bank Boys. We've been talking about this for a while. It's going to be a great concert. These guys put on a great show, so check them out. Get your tickets in advance for Tyler Richton and the High Bank Boys, Saturday, April 26th. At Enchanted Events. Again, they are located just south of Sigourney. On our community calendar, let's throw a few things at you here on the calendar. Let's see here. We've talked about this before. Watch Your Opera House this Saturday has the Country Buddies. Got to Stanley, Teresa, and Sharon. Going to be playing some classic country and rock and roll this Saturday evening, starting at 7 at the Watch Your Opera House for a free will donation. So make sure you put that on your calendar. Also on the calendar, if you want to do a little exercising, the 3rd annual Trojan Trot 5K, 1 mile, kids 1 lap, run, walk is Saturday, April 26th at 10 a.m. You can see more information there. That's put on by Tri-County Schools if you want to get a little exercise in on the 26th. And then also coming up, Good Friday Fish Fry on April 18th from 4:30 to 7 p.m. at the KC Hall in Harper. That's sponsored by the Coyote Eagle Advocates and the Harper Knights of Columbus. So check that out. That is on your community calendar. Hey, coming up this Friday, we are going to be going to Barnwired for our Iowa Music Showcase. And this fella, Maxwell Schaefer, is going to be our guest. He's going to be playing us some tunes. In fact, before we get out of here today, I might give you a video of Max performing a song that he did exclusively for Steve Shetler Media. We've got Maxwell Schaefer. Here's a little artwork from some of his music. So Max is going to be at the Iowa Music Showcase this Friday from 11:30 to noon, live at Barnwired in downtown Sigourney. Be there live and in person, or watch the live video on Steve Shetler Media Facebook, YouTube, or listen to it in podcast form. So, Max also has, we want to throw this on the screen. Max has his own podcast. It's called Maxwell's Iowa Coffee Cast. So if you want to listen to him, he's a former radio guy. Worked at WHO here most recently. So Maxwell Schaefer, our guest on this week's Iowa Music Showcase. Also coming up this weekend, we've got the sports section on Saturday, also live from Barnwired. Also, you can be there live and in person, or watch it on Facebook, or listen to it in podcast form. Sports section live at Barnwired. We talk to area high school athletes and coaches. I know we've got Tatum Bell coming in to talk about this summer's Shrine Bowl. She's doing some cheerleading there, raising some money for that, so tune in. We're also lining up some other guests for this Saturday, so tune in for the sports section live on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook, and YouTube. All right, so we've got through that stuff. We were talking about having a video for Maxwell Schaefer. Let's go ahead and bring that up next. Again, we've got Max Schaefer. He's going to be live this Friday for our Iowa Music Showcase, and he's going to be performing us some of his original songs. Now, he sent me a video to play for you guys, so let's get some music from Maxwell Schaefer here on Just Another Morning Show.
Hey, it's Maxwell Schaefer. I'm looking forward to joining Steve for the Iowa Music Showcase Friday and sing a few of my originals. This is a song called Marta's Eyes. Strumming along on her pink ukulele, seeing big dreams in the eyes of a baby, twirling on the kitchen floor like a ballerina, trying to make sure that her mama and her daddy see. Each day's another beautiful surprise in Marta's eyes. Daddy takes her fishing, hooks a big one on the first cast. Mama keeps wishing that her baby wouldn't grow so fast. Dancing at the prom with a young buck from the high school. College in a white dress and a couple saying I do. The days become the years and how they fly in Marta's eyes. In Marta's eyes. Life's a haze with dreams ablaze, and the fire is forged in their first game, the child's first game. Strumming along on her pink ukulele, sings a lullaby to her new little baby. Tonight she's on the stage, makes her debut in a big show. Her mama and her daddy sitting right there in the front row. The tears of joy will never be disguised in Marta's eyes. In Marta's eyes.
Music from Maxwell Schaefer. That is Marta's Eyes. There's the artwork for that song. Maxwell going to be our guest Friday on the Iowa Music Showcase. So make sure you be there in person, watch it live on Steve Shuttler Media, Facebook, YouTube, or listen to it in podcast form. We look forward to Maxwell Schaefer joining us for the Iowa Music Showcase. Let's jump into today's birthdays. Happy birthday to you. Birthdays for today sponsored by Hometown Real Estate. Nikki Leathers, your broker, owner, realtor. And you can find more info and listings at hometown-re.com. On the hometown side of birthdays today, we celebrate Josh Reiniers. Is that how you say his last name? Josh, with a birthday today. We've got Joel Baker, an Iowa artist who's actually been on our Iowa Music Showcase here, I don't know, a month or two ago. Joel with a birthday today. Another Iowa country musician, Chris Novak from Ottumwa, celebrating a birthday today. And Justin Hill also has a birthday. So happy birthday to those hometown birthdays on our list today. They celebrate their birthdays with celebrities like actor Dennis Quaid. He's turning 71 today. Model, this is a fun name, Paulina Porsakova. Paulina, 60 years old today. We've got actress Cynthia Nixon. I believe she was in the show Sex and the City. She is 59 years old. She's the redhead, if I remember that right. You remember the Cosby Show? You remember little Rudy? Rudy with the Ashitute? Keisha Knight Pullman is her name. And Rudy celebrating her 46th birthday today. That makes me feel old. We've got singer Jessie McCartney turning 38. Kristen Stewart, the actress from the Twilight movies, 35. Actress Elle Fanning, 27. And what was the name of his song? Old Town Road. Old Town Road. Lil Nas X turning 26 today. So those are your celebrity and hometown birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. All right, we got through a bunch of stuff here. Let's go ahead and take a commercial break. We'll be back with more after this.
Iowa Candle Glow White is a gold medal winning dry fruity white wine from Tassel Ridge Winery that offers pineapple, pear, melon, and apricot notes with a green apple finish. You can serve it with fish, chicken, or lightly seasoned pork, or just sip it by itself. Iowa Candle Glow White's a blend made from La Crescent, Brianna, and Edelweiss grapes grown in our vineyards in Mahaska County, Iowa. Tassel Ridge, Iowa Candle Glow White is available at several of our nearly 350 retailers.
The Keswick Tavern is the place to be this Saturday night, April 12th, as singer-songwriter Kenny Falls will have an acoustic show from 8 to 11 p.m. And there's no cover charge. The Keswick Tavern is located at 117 South Irons in Keswick, Iowa. Meet your friends this Saturday night at the Keswick Tavern from 8 to 11 for singer-songwriter Kenny Falls. We hope to see you there.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to enjoy their dreams.
Try it again. You're getting the hang of this. Good job.
American Family Insurance.
Contact Christy Tarr in Oskaloosa at 641-673-8965.
When shopping here at Helmuth Ford, we will do our best to put you in the vehicle that you want, that you love, and that is safe for your family.
Your safety is our focus. That's why we are a full-service repair facility.
We'd love to sell you a vehicle of your choosing. If we don't have it, we'll do our best to find it for you. If you're looking for a vehicle with low miles, a great price, and a friendly atmosphere, come visit us here at Helmuth Ford.
We look forward to seeing you soon.
See our full inventory at helmuthford.com.
Hey, we're thanking our sponsors here on Steve Shuttler Media. Brothers Market in Sigourney, our headliner for just another morning show. Savings are made simple at Brothers Market. Go to shopbrothersmarket.com. Also, download their app for digital coupons. You can earn rewards, find out the deal of the week, and get shopping deals. It's at Brothers Market in downtown Sigourney. We thank them for their sponsorship of Just Another Morning Show. We thank Osky Dental for sponsoring our studios. Toothy is not here today. For some reason, Neil's not here, and then Toothy also no shows. So Neil had an excuse. Toothy does not have an excuse. So, Toothy! Anyway, you can schedule your appointment with Dr. Dan at 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Osky Dental going to file your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider, and you can find Osky Dental at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. Big thanks to Osky Dental and Brothers Market for being big sponsors here on Steve Shetler Media. Just Another Morning Show, which is just another afternoon show today. As I mentioned at the top of the show, not going to dwell on it because I just break down and start bawling like a baby. We lost one of our dogs last night. Daisy, our lab, passed away last night at 10 a.m. So our hearts are broken at the Shetler household, but we're not going to dwell on that right now. And thank you for those in the comments that are sending your condolences. So let's move right along. Let's see here. We haven't gotten to several things. So let's jump in on this date, which again today is Wednesday, April 9th. And on this date in history, 1833, the very first public library opened up on this date, 1833. So, hey, if we would have been on our normal time, we would have had Miss Amanda from the Sigourney Public Library on with us, but she couldn't make it in this afternoon. So we're celebrating public libraries today. On this date, also in 1878, the first lady at the time, Lucy Hayes, began the first egg rolling contest on the White House lawn. So not quite sure why that started and why it's a tradition, but egg rolling on the lawn. 1965 on this date, the Houston Astrodome, the world's first domed stadium, opened for the very first time. Of course, the Houston Astros playing there, 1965 for the Astrodome. On this date in 1976, the B-1 bomber was approved by Congress. 1976. And 1992, the record for the heaviest chocolate Easter egg was set on this date. Check this out. 10,482 pounds. Oh, and also 14 ounces for the heaviest chocolate Easter egg. It was in Australia where they made this giant Easter egg. You ever see VeggieTales? The bunny. Oh, I love the bunny. That reminds me of that. Almost a 10,500-pound Easter. Oh, that wasn't an Easter bunny. It was an Easter egg. That'd be hard to try to sculpt a 10,500-pound Easter bunny. So they just went with the nice egg shape instead. So I was confused. It wasn't an Easter bunny. Today, on the National Day calendar, it's National Name Yourself Day. I'll stick with Steve. Thank you. Name yourself. It's National Unicorn Day. Okay. It's National Former Prisoner of War Recognition Day. It's National Chinese Almond Cookie Day. National Winston Churchill Day. National Cherish an Antique Day. Some of you might want to cherish me because I'm slowly becoming an antique at 52 years old. Let's jump into some things you need to know. Whoa! Things you need to know. Oh, let's see here. There's a bunch of stuff you need to know. Former Police Academy actor Steve Guttenberg? How do you say his name? I don't know. But Steve's filed for divorce from his wife, Emily Smith, after 6 years of marriage. Other things you need to know. Former Major League Baseball pitcher Octavio Dutel has died following the tragic nightclub collapse in the Dominican Republic, according to multiple reports. The former pitcher was reportedly alive when he was pulled from the rubble, but died on the way to the hospital. So condolences to him and his family. Let's see here. The aftermath of the collaboration with Brandi Carlile, Elton John is said to be in talks with Madonna to work on something together. So I guess Elton John has just reached that stage in his career where he's just going to team up with people and put out some music. Might as well. Katy Perry, Lauren Sanchez, and Gayle King going to be blasting off into space next Monday. That's part of the first all-women space flight since 1963. They'll be on the Blue Origin NS-31 rocket flight, along with a former NASA rocket scientist, Aisha Bowe, also a civil activist and a film producer. They're all women. They're all going to space to hang out for a while, I guess. Katy Perry in space. Okay. Tiffany Trump, the daughter of President Donald Trump, and his ex-wife Marla Maples, revealing over the weekend that she's expecting a baby boy. So the president will be a grandfather again. Have you heard or seen something about this wolf species that has been brought back after 10,000 years being extinct? So this type of wolf was made famous on the Game of Thrones series, the dire wolf. Yes, it went extinct, and they have brought it back. Scientists in Texas say they have brought it back thanks to genetic engineering. This is like Jurassic Park in real life. They have 2 male pups and 1 female, and they plan to also bring back the woolly mammoth and the dodo bird. So Jurassic Park is actually happening in real life, folks. They're bringing extinct species back with genetic engineering. That is crazy. Here's something. If you like to buy Mega Millions lottery tickets, expect to pay a whole lot more. This will also actually increase your chances at winning. The price of the tickets going up from $2 to $5 each. The results, fewer tickets will be sold, but your chances of winning will increase. So if you want to pay that more expensive price for a Mega Millions lottery ticket, it goes from $2 to $5. Oh, let's see here. Where is Neil Crott when you need him on this one? A day on Uranus just got a little longer. Yeah. You need Neil. I need Neil across from me right now, giving me a look, talking about a day on Uranus. Scientists say that observations by the Hubble Space Telescope have confirmed it takes Uranus, not mine, but your anus, 17 hours, 14 minutes, and 52 seconds to complete a full rotation. That's 28 seconds longer than estimates by NASA's Voyager 2 back in the 1980s. So, yeah. Longer days on Uranus. How about the Canadian geese that are nesting at Wrigley Field? Yeah, they want to play some baseball, but Canadian goose nesting season, typically mid-March through April, geese lay an average of 5 eggs. Incubation period usually goes about 28 days. Well, one goose has set up camp at Wrigley Field in Chicago. That's where the Cubs play baseball. And the Cubs have actually gone 2-0 at home since the goose arrived. It's being protected and being allowed to stay right where it is. So maybe the Cubs will go undefeated the entire season because of the good luck goose. We'll see. Ooh, check this out. This rat has about run out of good luck. A landmine detecting rat. I didn't know there was such a thing. A landmine detecting rat in Cambodia has set a new world record to become the first rodent to uncover more than 100 leftover landmines. I guess this is a thing in Cambodia. A landmine detecting rat. A rat that finds landmines. Okay. So 100 landmines and counting for that one particular rat. Good job. Here's a whole new way to brush your teeth in things you need to know. It's called Pheno Smart Brush. It's going to cost you about $300. It fits into your mouth like a mouth guard and has about 18,000 nylon bristles. Also a handle that holds the brush in place and a charger that attaches to the handle. Again, if you want to buy the Pheno Smart Brush, it's going to cost you $299. So check that out. And then also some concerning news from a Brooks and Dunn concert. Yeah, Brooks and Dunn, huge in the 90s and 2000s. Fans attending a Brooks and Dunn concert in Indianapolis back on April 3rd, almost a week ago, were left concerned and stunned after 71-year-old Ronnie Dunn suddenly walked off stage in the middle of performing their hit Boot Scootin' Boogie, a little boot scootin' boogie, during their encore. Spokesman explained that, quote, he wasn't feeling well. Evidently, he had been sick. It got through the whole concert, into the encore, Boot Scootin' Boogie, and then had to leave the stage. So hopefully all is well with Ronnie Dunn from Brooks and Dunn. Let's go to today's impossible question. Today's impossible question. 26% of women would pay their partner to do this. If Neil was here, I would say get your mind out of the gutter. He's not here, but I'm still saying it anyway. 26% of women would pay their partner to do this. It's nothing gutter related. I was going to say good morning. Good afternoon to you, Patrick, Sherry, Dodie. Sherry, thank you. And Patrick, thank you for your comments. I'm probably missing some comments. I'm not seeing all my comments right now on Facebook, but thanks for tuning in during this noon hour, or if you're watching it later on, or listening to it in podcast form. Again, we're running way late today. Our dog Daisy passed away last night, so had to do some stuff concerning that this morning. So anyway, today's impossible question. 26% of women would pay their partner to do this, carry in the groceries. I need to start charging my wife when I help her carry in the groceries. No, I'm kidding. Stacy, she generally gets the groceries, and then I'll help out, but she's one of those that has like every bag in her hands coming into the house, and I just need to get the leftovers, so she probably does the bulk of the carrying in of the groceries. So, a quarter of women would pay their partner to help them carry in the groceries. So keep that in mind, fellas or guys. Yeah, it'd be women. It'd be women wanting some help with the groceries. Come on, guys. You got to help out. Let's take another break. This is going to be a shorter show than usual, although we're already a half hour into it. This will be a shorter show than usual, so let's get some commercials out of the way from our fine sponsors like Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics.
Keokuk County Medical Clinic is your one-stop shop for healthcare. Our behavioral health providers offer a wide range of services to help you reach your goals. We have multiple family practice providers who see patients of all ages for acute and chronic care. Through a partnership with Bloom Pediatrics of Ottumwa, McKenna Bond, ARNP is here on Wednesday and Friday mornings to give your child the special care they need. Libby Dasso, PAC, is here for all your rheumatology needs. Jack's Corner Drug is located just down the hall for your convenience.
Schedule your next dental appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster at Osky Dental, 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Osky Dental will file all of your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider. And Osky Dental is located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. That's Osky Dental, 641-673-4845. We make smiles happen at Osky Dental. Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa. It's more than a drugstore. They offer framing, merchandise like collectibles, a gift shop, crafts, college gear, and more, plus cards, candles, and a whole lot more. Mahaska Drug is open late and on the weekends to fit your lifestyle. For more than just a drugstore, call 641-673-3439 or stop by Mahaska Drug at 205 North E Street in Oskaloosa. Mahaska Drug. It's more than a drugstore. And a big thanks to all of our sponsors here on Steve Shetler Media, Just Another Morning Show, Brothers Market in Sigourney, our headliner, and of course, Osky Dental is our studio sponsor. We're doing Just Another Morning Show on the afternoon. Steve hanging out with you. I am flying solo today, but again, we do thank all of our sponsors. We'll get back to normal tomorrow. We'll be on at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Make sure you tune in then. Let's get weird.
That is weird.
In the weird, this is actually kind of a good news, weird news story. A woman who was going to the mechanic, evidently concerns about her vehicle, shared those concerns with her Uber driver about potentially being overcharged. Now, common worry, I'm assuming probably in bigger cities. Small town Iowa, I don't think you need to worry as much about that type of stuff. But especially for women in big cities, often face higher quotes for car repairs just because maybe they don't know as much about cars and vehicle stuff. That's just me assuming. The scenario unfolded in a TikTok video where she humorously suggested that her driver pretend to be her father to avoid any unnecessary upselling by the mechanic. And he did it. He embraced the role of being her fake dad. The driver accompanied her to the shop and confidently brushed off the mechanic's attempts to hike prices up. His protective dad persona was so convincing that he even briskly told her to pay for the oil change so that they could leave. And it just goes to show that you got to watch out for, again, I'm not talking about our local mechanics here at all, but big city mechanics that don't know you personally probably could at least attempt to hike the prices up a little bit. But that Uber driver acting like this woman's dad to help her out in that situation. That's kind of neat. In other weird news, investigative journalist Michael Schellenberger reported on something called Immaculate Constellation. What is Immaculate Constellation? Well, it's an alleged unacknowledged special access program within the U.S. government. Program is reportedly tasked with collecting and analyzing intelligence on UFOs, basically, unidentified anomalous phenomena, UAPs, and also RVs, which are reproduction vehicles, the latter believed to be craft reverse engineered from non-human technology. So we have like an actual what's the wording that we used earlier? A reported special program that looks at such things. So they're looking into like alien type stuff. The existence of the program further highlighted during a congressional hearing where Schellenberger testified that current or former government officials indicated the program possesses potentially thousands of pieces of evidence related to UAPs. So they're out there. Other stuff in the weird news. A 30-year-old man in a province of China, he has faced repeated evictions from rented apartments due to his unusual choice of a pet. Again, we're talking about a guy in China that keeps getting kicked out of his places where he rents to live because he's got a young buffalo calf. The buffalo is named Bull Demon King. Okay. So there's a guy with a buffalo. By the way, off topic, there's a series of videos out there, music videos, that are made from an old Western movie called Guy on a Buffalo. Well worth your time. YouTube, Guy on a Buffalo, and you will be entertained. There's a series of them. There's it's the craziest, funniest stuff you've ever seen. At least it's humorous to me. I have a weird sense of humor. But so there's this guy in China. He's got a pet buffalo. He keeps getting kicked out of places that he's living in because, his pet's a buffalo. That's why he's getting kicked out. Initially, he planned to adopt a dog. The man decided instead to raise a buffalo, which he described as a symbolic reminder to pursue his goals with strength and perseverance without becoming burdened. Photos and video footage shared online show the man walking the buffalo on a leash and feeding it by hand, which has sparked debate on social media about appropriate pet ownership and tenant rights. I think you kind of forego those rights if your pet is a buffalo. So, yeah, he's just looking for a place to live with him and his pet buffalo. Interesting. What do we got up next? I need to skip through some of this stuff. Again, we're not going to go we're not doing a 2-hour show today. I don't have any guests lined up for today. So I apologize for that. Not going to do a prize giveaway this afternoon either. I want to wait till we kind of get back to normal. So maybe we'll double up on the prizes tomorrow. So make sure you tune in tomorrow, regular time. Neil will be back, and we'll have guests. Tomorrow we've got several guests. We've got Laura DeCook from Mahaska County Conservation. She used to do a weekly video for us here on Steve Shetler Media, but job and other stuff, taking her time, so she's not able to do those videos anymore. But Laura is a great person. She's going to be here in person tomorrow talking about stuff at Mahaska County Conservation. Also going to be chatting on the phone tomorrow at 8 a.m. with our Iowa representative, Helena Hayes. She represents us here in Southeast Iowa. And also Rihanna Utterback from Sigourney Kyoto Wrestling, Sigourney High School, going to be showing us her artwork. She won the Student of the Month at Sigourney High School with her artwork. So Rihanna Utterback coming in and she's going to have some of that artwork with her. I did ask her to bring her state championship medals as well. So we'll see if she's able to do that. Let's take another quick commercial break here. We'll hear from some more of our sponsors and be back with the Files of Law and Disorder and a moment of duh and some good news all coming up. Why choose Lifetime Dental? The legacy and experience of 30 years. Cutting-edge technology. Advanced education in pediatrics. Orthodontics. And restorative dentistry. A one-of-a-kind experience for the whole family. But most of all, we're compassionate doctors who are here to listen to your concerns and use our expertise to help. For all things dental, think Lifetime Dental.
Looking for more than just a job? Find a career where you make a difference right in your community.
What I appreciate about First Resources is our dedication to innovation, always looking for ways to expand programming and offer greater opportunities for our staff and everyone involved.
First Resources staff are amazing. They're committed and they are motivated and they are fierce advocates to help clients meet their goals.
If you're ready to join a team committed to making a difference, apply online and join us at First Resources.
Build it together. Build it with Valley Lumber.
Are you building a new house or maybe wanting to do a remodel? Come check out our showroom at Valley Lumber and Hardware's Eddyville location. Cook kitchen cabinets, masonite interior doors, and more. Not sure what you want? Let us help with the design and layout of your new kitchen or remodel. At Valley Lumber and Hardware, we can help with any room in the house. From lumber for building to shower enclosures, paint, and more. Choose Valley Lumber and Hardware with locations in Eddyville and Albia.
Hey, we're thanking Brothers Market in Sigourney for being our headline sponsor here on Just Another Morning Show. We're thanking Osky Dental and Toothy for being our studio sponsor here on Just Another Morning Show on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook and YouTube. Maybe you're listening to this in podcast form. Find us wherever you get podcasts. We have the Just Another Morning Show, the Iowa Music Showcase, and the sports section. Always get all their audio recorded and put out in podcast form as well, wherever you get podcasts. Thanks to all of our sponsors. And again, a shorter show today. Neil's not with us. We're doing this. This is a one time only, as far as I know. Again, the reasoning was one of our dogs last night passed away right about 10 o'clock last night. So we had to work with that stuff this morning. So, Daisy. We miss Daisy. We miss her already terribly. Our hearts are broken. We're pretty devastated by the loss of our dog Daisy at home. So that rearranged our schedule for today, and just keep us in your thoughts and prayers. Lots of tears for our dog Daisy. Let's go ahead and jump into the Files of Law and Disorder. In some disorder today, a doctor has pleaded not guilty to a charge of second-degree attempted murder after allegedly attacking his wife during a hike near a popular lookout point in Hawaii. Authorities say he tried to push her off a cliff. What? That's not it. Not only did he just attempt to push her off a cliff, he attempted to inject her with an unknown substance, struck her with a rock, leaving her with serious head and facial injuries. Wow. He was arrested later that day after a brief chase and has been held without bail since his indictment. His attorney stated that the case has so far only been presented from one side and intends to request bail, noting that the accused has no prior criminal record. If found guilty, he could face life in prison. I mean, yeah, he says there's one side of the story, but I mean, I don't know how you could possibly not be guilty if you tried to push your wife off of a cliff, hit her in the head with a rock, and try to inject her with a mysterious substance. That's kind of bonkers there, dude. Let's go to the duh.
Duh.
I mean,
duh?
More duh.
Duh.
As if trying to throw your wife off of a cliff wasn't duh enough. This is another good one. A man was arrested after allegedly throwing multiple bottles filled with urine at a business that had refused to grant him a job interview. I don't think that this is going to help him get hired at this place, throwing bottles of urine. The act caused significant property damage, led to charges including battery, criminal mischief, and aggravated assault. Authorities reported that the man fled the scene but was later apprehended. He was identified as a registered sex offender with prior convictions, being held without bond while awaiting further legal proceedings. So yeah, just note to self, if somebody doesn't grant you an interview, don't throw bottles of urine at that business. That's a no-no. Shame. Shame on you. Hey, let's go to the good news, shall we? Good news now has a new sponsor. It is being sponsored by our buddy Jay Dennis at Bridalwood Midwest Insurance. Medicare made easy. Give Jay a call at 319-471-3328. He is located in Marengo, Iowa. Jay Dennis at Bridalwood Midwest Insurance, bringing us our good news for today. And it's nature related. A group of rescued foxes that cannot be reintroduced to the wild now live safely and comfortably in a sanctuary designed to meet their physical and emotional needs. The animals taken in due to injury, neglect, or illegal ownership now benefit from secure enclosures, veterinary care, enrichment activities, and companionship. Their new home provides an environment where they can exhibit natural behaviors and form social bonds, which helps improve their overall well-being. Again, we're talking about a group of rescued foxes thriving in a new sanctuary. I'm trying to figure out where this sanctuary is at, but the story does not say that I'm looking at. But yeah, good news anyway. If you want the entire story, I'm giving you just kind of the first bit of it. If you want to read this entire story about the rescued foxes and the sanctuary, you can find this posted earlier on my timeline on Steve Shetler Media Facebook. Our good news story, again, brought to us by Bridalwood Midwest Insurance. We're going to take one last break. We're going to hear from some more of our fine sponsors, and then we're going to come back. I'm going to tell you about a new video segment that we're going to start up later on today here on Steve Shetler Media. We'll have another look at our forecast, and we'll wrap things up after this. The mission of Essence of Life Hospice is to provide comprehensive, coordinated care to individuals with life-limiting illnesses and to their families, and to support them in the process of death and bereavement. Our goal is to provide palliative care that addresses the physical, psychological, and spiritual dimensions of service for the terminally ill as an integrated whole. We pride ourselves on providing the highest quality care and are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, visit essencehospice.com.
Attention Iowa business owners. Is your business missing sales because you're too busy to follow up? Every missed call or delayed message could be costing you money. At Easy Biz Tech, we help local businesses stay ahead by automating customer follow-up, so no lead gets left behind. Missed a call? Our system texts back instantly. Need personalized outreach? We send automated texts, emails, and even use AI-powered voice agents to connect with your customers 24/7. Stop losing money because of slow follow-up. Contact Easy Biz Tech today, where Iowa businesses win online.
Bountiful produce, quality meats, frozen favorites, and a fresh bakery. These are the qualities of Brothers Market in Sigourney. Brothers Market is proud to serve the Sigourney community and is one of several locations in Iowa, Kansas, and Missouri. For any of your grocery, meat, deli, bakery, or special order needs, shop Brothers Market at 118 South Main Street in Sigourney. Brothers Market was honored at the 2024 Iowa Hunger Summit for its efforts to serve underprivileged and disadvantaged communities. Brothers Market, a piece of the community you can count on.
And we thank Brothers Market for being our headline sponsor here on Steve Shuttler Media, Just Another Morning Show. And, of course, we're coming to you live from the Osky Dental Studios. Well, coming up later on today, one thing I like to do is help out other Iowa-based podcasts and shows, and do that by kind of giving you the first few minutes of their weekly podcast. We do this with a couple of pro wrestling podcasts. We've done this with other things as well. Now I'm teaming up with a radio friend of mine from Iowa, Jay Brooks. Jay and his friend Britt Bailey do a thing called Midwest Drive Radio Show. Jay is a radio guy. Britt's a radio gal. And they interview Midwest country artists each week. And later on today, Jay will be chatting with Minnesota-based artist Tyler Herwig. So tune in. You'll get to know some different country artists from around the Midwest on this show. We're going to give you a few minutes from each show, and then you can find that at Midwest Drive's other outlets. But again, Midwest Drive, that'll be a new show. It'll be one of those things, again, where we give you a portion of the podcast, and then we encourage you to go find Midwest Drive and check it out on all their other outlets. So Midwest Drive kind of joining forces here with Steve Shuttler Media. Looking forward to that. Let's take one last look at our forecast. I didn't play our weather sounder earlier. Because that sounder makes the weather official. Although we don't have meteorologist Neil Crott here with us today, I'll fill in for him. I am meteorologist Steve Shuttler from the Steve Shuttler Media Weather Lab. Yeah, we're cooking up a forecast that's brought to us by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. Partly sunny today, pretty nice out. A high of 64. Maybe some fog coming up tonight, maybe some showers, and possibly a thunderstorm tomorrow. So just keep that in mind. That is your forecast here on Just Another Morning Show in an afternoon on this Wednesday. So that is gonna wrap it up for today. Again, we'll be back to normal tomorrow. Neil will be across from me in his studio chair over in the weather lab, because he is a officially registered meteorologist. Sure he is. Toothy maybe will be returning tomorrow. We'll have Laura DeCook from Mahaska County Conservation joining us live in the studio. We'll have Rihanna Utterback joining us live in the studio tomorrow. We'll be talking on the phone with Helena Hayes, our Iowa representative. So we'll have a busy day tomorrow. We'll do a couple of giveaways. Might split them up. Might throw them together. I'm not sure which. So tune in tomorrow. We'll start things up at 7 a.m. as usual. Thanks for tuning in at a different time today, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.